Hi everyone. Hi. Happy Sunday. Happy August. Hope our service was fine and everything was fine. So my name is Victor Emmanuel, MDCEO Urban Point Nigeria, and the MDCEO Urban Point Nigeria, and we're actually going to be discussing a lot of things today. For a lot of things today. So for let me just set this correctly. So we are going to be looking at things that you should consider as an investor before you actually get into the real estate market. So as a real estate investor, what are the things that you should be considering before you actually get into the real estate market? Is actually very important. What are the things you should be looking at for what should you consider before making that first investment? Because we have a lot of people that are capital ready, but being capital ready doesn't make you investment ready. So you can just have the capital and you are still looking at, okay, what should I invest in? Where should I invest my capital in so as to make the maximum profit that I'm supposed to make? So you have people asking this kind of questions like, what should I buy with my capital? Should I buy a house? Should I buy a commercial property? Should I buy a farmland? Or simply, what should I buy? I'm capital ready, but I'm looking at what to buy. One of the things you should actually consider if you are an investor in this particular state that is capital ready, or looking at for, okay, what product in the market actually suit my investment style, and what product in the market actually suit my investment capital. One of the things you should take note is that don't invest because everyone else is investing. Do you understand? So because I have 5 friends and they're all doing land banking, that does not mean if I'm capital ready I should jump into land banking. Do you understand? I need to understand what make them to invest in land banking, and if that thing is also something that will also want to make me to invest in land banking. One of the questions you should be asking yourself as a capital ready investor ready to jump on the real estate investment market this August is, why am I investing? Do you get? Why am I investing in this product because of my friends, my partners are investing in it, or I'm investing in it because of what it has for me? So the first question is, why am I investing? Then what am I looking for in this investment? Am I looking for something that will give me quick appreciation? Am I looking for something that is going to give me 200k in 12 months on my capital? Like, what are you looking at for in the investment? Are you looking for something that will give you quick appreciation? Are you also considering something that will give you like a monthly income, or you're planning something? I'm trying to invest because of my retirement. I'm scaling my retirement early. So I want to actually have something that will take care of my retirement. Or are you buying for your children, or you just want to just do this investment strictly to preserve your wealth? So the question of, okay, why am I investing now comes into use, because you must never invest because of other people are investing. So it's one of the rule number one as an investor that is capital ready, willing to jump into the real estate market this August. Don't invest because everyone else is investing. Invest because you have been able to answer the different question that I raised. Why are you investing? What type of investment are you considering? Are you planning a retirement plan? Is it for your children, or is it to preserve your wealth? These questions must be answered correctly for you to be able to now know, okay, this is the reason why I'm making this investment. So number 2 rule, if you are looking at to invest as an investor in this August, is to know your budget. Very important. You have to know your budget. So many people think that you need to have 100 million, 200 million before you can be able to own a real estate asset. You get? Funny enough, it's not true. Between, even with 1 million, 1.5, 2 million, depending on the location, you can be able to actually own a real estate asset. So you need to know your budget. Is very important. Your budget now will be able to guide you through the different real estate investment that is available to you based on that your budget. So I think I'll share a quick one with you. I had an investor that reached out to me recently, and he was like, "Hi, Victory, I have this money, so I think it was 1,500,000 there, and I'm looking forward to what to do with it. I want to actually invest it. I don't want to spend it. I want to invest it. Can you advise me on what to do? Like, what investment options are actually available to me. This is what I'm considering, and all that. And based on the information she was able to provide to me when I was on the call with the client, I was able to tailor a particular investment that suits her exactly. You get it? Was why I was not having that conversation. When we started the conversation, she wanted to buy a land, but when we ended that conversation, she didn't want to buy a land any longer. Do you get? So that information of how much do you have available, what is your budget for this investment you want to make, do you get? It actually comes in handy to be able to select the kind of investment that is actually going to suit your investment type. So I've explained the rule. Rule number 1 is don't invest because everyone else is investing, and rule number 2 is know your budget. So how much do you have available that you are willing to invest with? These are very important rules that real estate investors that are capital ready, willing to jump into the real estate investment market this August, needs to actually consider before making that real estate investment. So we are going to be talking about the different real estate investment that is actually available now. The different real estate investment for those that are capital ready. I'm going to be running through all of them. We have land investment, we have residential property, we have the commercial property, we have the agricultural real estate, and the real estate cashback. So I'm going to be talking about all of them, and then you can actually send your questions in the comment section. I will attend to every question that actually come from this video. We are going to be attending to all of them. So the first one that we're going to look at is land investment, land banking. People that want to buy land, people that have enough capital enough to be able to say, okay, I want to buy a land. I'm specific. I know what I want. Victory, I don't want to do. I strictly want to buy land. So if you want to actually buy land, what you should know is that one of the advantage of actually doing land banking is, 1, you have low entry price. So for most lands in developing places that is coming up, the advantage you get when you buy land in those locations is low entry price, because you're actually going to that location where others have not seen the potential in that place. You have seen it, you saw it before them. So if you are going to buy land in that particular location, you are going to be getting low entry price. You're also going to be getting maximum return on investment for those that is looking at to key into land banking projects. You are going to get maximum return on investment because you are coming in on that property when the price is still low, and then you're now going to hold until the price have appreciated to a reasonable extent and then leave it out. Probably most time what I advise my investors to do for people that want to actually do land banking is to actually buy the property when the property is out very, very new, very freshly, and then leave it to when it has been able to maximize its potential. Then you sell it off. And if you are selling off, if you are buying, you can buy like 10 plots, 20 plots, 30 plots, and then don't sell all. Make sure you still have at least, if you buy like 10 plots, make sure you still have at least 3 plots that is still personally owned after you are done selling for your profit and might have recovered back all your money. One of the things you should do is make sure you don't sell all your property. So it's very important. That's for those that want to do land banking. So for residential property, there are a lot of residential property in the real estate market. There are a lot of houses, there are a lot of bungalows, there are a lot of duplexes, terrace duplexes and apartments, and a lot of it. So investing in residential apartments residential structures is actually a very good one for those that have enough capital ready to be able to invest in this kind of real estate asset. At least in Lagos State, Nigeria, as of today, if you are considering investing in, like, say, a 3-bedroom bungalow, depending on the location, you are having it around 80 million naira to 100 million naira, depending on the location. Do you get? And the 80 to 100 million naira that you're actually getting this bungalow for today is actually going to be very cheap compared to the prices these bungalows are going to be worth in the next 5 years. Because even currently, the Lagos State government have actually increased the cost of getting documentation for properties. So that the impact of that the impact is being felt in the real estate space little by little, but it has not really come the impact has not been felt in full. So for those that is keen into owning residential properties now in strategic locations, do you get? By the time this entire impact is now being felt, you will be rescued because you have already invested early. And when the price of properties be jacked up, you that bought 10 units, 5 units, you can be able to now sell off like 2 units, recover back as much portion that you have recovered, and then move on to the next investment. Like I will always advise to, even for the residential property, if you are buying property for investment, don't buy single units, because it means that if you sell another single unit, you have lost your ownership stake in the project. Buy 3, 4, 5 units. If you want to sell like 3. Make sure you are still holding like minimum 2 or at least 1 that is personally your own asset in that particular estate. So we also have commercial properties. We have properties that are strictly commercial. I think we have a couple of them in Ibejuleki that is facing the coastal road directly. You know the implication of that. So for properties, commercial properties that clients are investing in now, if we are going to invest in a commercial property, I will actually strongly advise that you don't buy commercial properties in an already developed place. You know, most times, even though you are buying commercial property, you are still a land banker, kind of. Yeah, except you just want to buy a commercial property and build that. Except you're that one, you are not going to be getting money from the building, not the land again. If you want to be getting money from the commercial property like a land, then you have to target a place that commercial activities is pushing towards. Like the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road now is going to be a place that will attract a lot of commercial activities. So if you are buying a piece of property that is directly facing the coastal road, that is obeying all government regulation, this is you positioning yourself to serve the people that is going to be using that place commercially in the future. So the same advice I will make, you have a couple of them around the Bejuleki axis that is facing the coastal road directly, meeting all government approvals. So if you want to actually buy commercial properties as an investor this August, I think the prices ranges from 80 million to 150, 200 million naira. Depending on how many, depending on the quantity you want to get. So I would say the same advice: don't buy one plot, buy 4, 5, 6 plots. If you want to sell later in the future when the price have almost doubled, you can sell like 3 plots, and at least you are still holding 2 plots. So very important. I think one other type of real estate that has been trending lately in Lagos, and I think not only Lagos, Ogun State, and Ibadan, Osun State, has been the agro real estate. So agro real estate has actually made a lot of promises to investors. They have promised to deliver a certain amount to the investor that key into them, and a lot of agro is actually very interesting. Trust me, it's actually very, very interesting for those who want to come on board owning agro products. It's actually very interesting because you own the land, you own the agro products on the land, and the company is only coming in as a farm management agreement that I'm going to have with you. So that means if you have enough time and energy to handle your farm management yourself, you can tell them to, you have sold the land to me, you have been able to keep your own part of the agreement. The palm trees are there, the cocoa are there, functioning well already. I want to take my farm. So the company will actually release your farm to 100% to be able to take care of the management of your farm if you want to. So agro real estate is actually a very good type of real estate for investors that are capital ready, willing to invest this month of August. So what does it, what would you need to check out for if you want to own agro real estate? You need to check out for the title. The title is okay. Check out for the development plan. Check out for the track record of the company. Very important. So what have you guys done before? Do you currently have a farm? How much have you paid your investors? Can I be able to have a meeting with some of the investors? And these are questions you need to ask before you jump into any agro real estate products that you want to buy. You can always reach out to us at Urban Point Nigeria. We have a list of trusted developers that is actually selling agro real estate in Lagos, Ogun, in Osun, in Ibadan, and we can be able to follow up with your deal till everything is properly secured. I think the last one that we have on the list here is the short-term real estate investments. So I know I'm going to be having a lot of investors in this category, those that don't want to actually play the long-term goal. You know, if you're actually doing if you are doing land banking is a long-term real estate kind of investment. So if you are doing land banking, you are targeting 15 to 20 years to be able to get your capital back and maximize your interest as much as possible. And even this is dependent on if you actually get the prediction right that the government is actually paying attention to that particular area you have already bought. So if you quickly hurriedly go and buy a land in one thick bush thinking that this place will appreciate one day without doing it strategically, without contacting urban point, you will notice that maybe the government doesn't even have any intention towards that place, and then the land is just dead asset. It's not going to appreciate, it's just going to be like that. It might even depreciate if you want to just sell in a hurry like that. Do you get? So for investors that are like, Victor, I don't have all this plenty money, I don't have up to 100 million to buy commercial property, I don't have up to 8.5 10 million to buy 1 acre in the agro real estate property, I don't have plenty money, I just have 5 million, I just have 3 million. I want to do something that I can get my money back after 24 months. After 2 years, I want to pull out with my capital and my profits. Short-term real estate investment is this answer to this question. So short-term real estate investment, we're talking about the real estate cashback, the co-own to resell real estate. So these are short-term real estate investment that actually give specific returns depending on how long you are willing to wait and the level of capital that you are willing to deposit in the market. Is actually backed. Some of them is backed by SEC, some of them are cooperatives, and they have been tested, tried and tested over the years, and they have been delivering. So a lot of my clients have invested and gotten their money back with their interest. Very excited. Recommended a lot of their friends. Some are even onboarding and rolling over their investment. And also for those that think that okay, I just have a short waiting period and I have a limited capital, real estate cashback is also there, got you covered. You can get as high as much as 37% annually on your capital. Depending on how long you are willing to wait, you have 16% for 6 months, you have 37% for 12 months, you have up to over 70-something%. Depending on how long you are willing to wait, that determines how much interest you are going to be getting on your capital. And one of the most interesting things is that for the real estate cashback system, you have the option of actually even getting your profits up front. So you can invest today and decide to get your profits today instead of not waiting till maturity. You can decide to get your profit up front and it will be paid to you and everything. So this is it from Urban Point Nigeria to investors that is going to be that is considering investing this month of August. We have a lot of investment packages for you, ranging from land banking to residential real estate, commercial real estate, agro real estate, and cashback products. So after going through this video, if you have any question, you might want to drop it in the comment section. I'll quickly attend to it. And we are always available 247. Our DMs are open, our numbers is open. Reach out to us, we can be able to guide you through. Just tell us, reach out to us, we'll have a conversation and guide you through the real estate investment that suits you perfectly. So I've been Engineer Emmanuel. See you next time on our live series. Bye bye.